wrap up the road portion of the 2014 season. This is Mariner Baseball. Dave Sims, Mike Blowers, and the Rich Sports crews take on the Blue Jays this afternoon, and yet another critical must-have win for the Mariners, whose playoff hopes are hanging by a thread going into today's game. They are down 3 with 4 to play. Good to have you with us this afternoon, and the Mariners will be getting home, probably land around 12:30 Pacific time back in Seattle. Let's take a look at the Mariner batting order for this afternoon.
Tonight's starting lineup brought to you by Chevron. Austin Jackson going to lead things off. Chris Taylor moving up in the lineup to hit second. Robinson Cano hitting third. The DH today. Kendrys Morales will be at first, hitting cleanup. Seager, Morrison, and Saunders getting the start in right, hitting seventh. Mike Zunino eighth, and then Brad Miller. See what Brad has done this year. When you get a young left-handed pitcher, just 21 years old, Daniel Norris, top prospect for the Blue Jays today. Again, he'll probably only pitch 3, maybe 4 innings for them this afternoon. And a look at the defense. Pompey getting the start in left field. Ghost in center. Pilar out in right. Valencia, the third baseman. Goins and Kawasaki playing up the middle. Lynn at first. And Contreras getting his first start of the series behind the plate. And you can see the shadows. It's tough to start a game with the shadows out there, but eventually, hopefully, they will cover home plate and the mound.
Here we go with game 81 on the road. 81 and last. Game number 159 on the season for both teams. First pitch up high. The ball one. Doug Eddings has home plate. Had he not become an umpire, which he started in Little League at 14 years old, he wanted to be a Secret Service agent. He's joined by Corey Blazer, Jim Joyce, and Marvin Hudson.
For Daniel Norris, good fastball. He'll be 91 to 94 miles an hour. They like his curveball. He'll also mix in a slider and a changeup.
Fly ball hit to right center field, hanging up. And a right fielder's going to make the play, Kevin Pilar. No Jose Bautista today. He and Jose Reyes. John Gibbons saying he want to give his veterans a day off of this hard turf here in Toronto. Rest their legs a little bit. They've both turned in a lot of mileage this year. Bautista's played in 152 games and Reyes in 140 games. There's Chris Taylor batting in a 2-hole. Tough loss last night. Taijuan Walker was brilliant. 8 innings. Gave up 1 run. It was the walk that came around to get him. A tough play, too. Bermuda Triangle drop in between 3. Outfield playing deep. 3-2 count. Kawasaki's running. Everything worked against the Mariners in that one.
And Taijuan made a great pitch. Ball was hit off the end of the bat. I thought last night was probably the best changeup night that we've seen from Taijuan Walker. Yeah, he had an exceptional fastball last night, but his changeup I thought was a great secondary pitch for him.
Check with Blazer. Corey Blazer said no. Up out of play. The shadow of the lights around home plate, the fact that it's sort of intermittent,
it's tough.
I mean,
that's a problem.
Yeah,
you can take a look at it. You know, the light standards and the reflection from the shadows coming down onto the field because of the sun. It's a beautiful day here in Toronto.
To the shortstop, Goins throws out Taylor.
I think for the first few innings, the hitters aren't going to be real fond of it. Definitely an advantage to the pitchers.
Bring up Robinson Cano, DHing today. Talk about a guy who's not fond of this turf. All those years with the Yankees, they were up here 3 trips every year. But McClendon talking about you should have seen him trying to just massage his legs last night. Just getting a roll on him and get some of that soreness out as he takes a hard rip, strike 1.
Well, especially this time of the year after these guys have played 157, 58 games, and then having to deal with it makes it difficult. And then you have a 4-game series here, so I'm sure he's pretty sore today. Reason why he's the DH.
What a wonder, Robbie. Two.
There's 94 miles an hour. As we're saying with Daniel Norris, since he's been up here, he's pitched out of the bullpen. He's been a starter his entire life, and they brought him up, and he's been in the bullpen. They said they haven't really seen the stuff that everybody's been raving about when he was in the minor leagues. So they wanted to give him a start, give him a chance to get his full warm-up going. And so far, he looks pretty good. Again, his fastball at 94. He will throw his breaking ball in any count. Have to be aware of that as a hitter.
2-2 pitch. Count runs full. Kendrys Morales on deck. Swing and a miss. 1-2-3 of the Mariners in the first. Blue Jays coming to bat. Well, Tom Wilhelmsen doing what comes naturally. Come out of the bullpen. That's what he's done for most of his career with the Mariners, and this is how he started today. He's getting a start.
I think it's a good idea.
Absolutely.
That's what he's used to doing, so why not stay with it? He's had a great year for the Mariners. Take a look at the lineup for the Blue Jays. Pompey, a lot of speed at the top of the lineup. Then it's Kawasaki hitting second. You can see what he's done against Seattle this year. Just 1 for 16. Encarnacion, the DH, hitting third. Then it's Lynn, Valencia, and Contreras hitting in the middle of the lineup. Pilar, Ghost, and Goins, the youngsters for the Blue Jays, rounding out the 9. For Tom Wilhelmsen, had a great year for the Mariners out of the pen. A 2.10 ERA in 77 innings, 71 strikeouts. Opponents hitting just 166 against Tom. Good fastball. He will be 95 to 97 miles an hour. 12-6 curveball, changeup, occasional cutter.
You can see the effect of the shadows. First pitch strike to Dalton Pompey, the left fielder. 64 degrees here. Beautiful sky above. I heard on the pregame show, Lloyd McClendon hoping for 45 pitches, 2 innings. He has a quick inning, maybe get him into the 3rd inning. Then it'll be a march of the Toreadors coming out of the bullpen. Line drive, left field. Hogan Morrison there. Almost played right field last night.
We saw Tom's last start, which was in July against the Twins. 2 2/3 for him. He threw 54 pitches in that one, and as Dave mentioned, doesn't really want him to throw 54 pitches, maybe more 40, 45 today. Take a look at the defense for the Mariners. Morrison getting the start in left, Jackson in center. Michael Saunders start in right field. Seager at third. Taylor and Miller playing up the middle. Morales, the first baseman. And Mike Zunino will do the catching.
It's Kawasaki. Boy, did he hurt the Mariners last night. 8th inning. 1 out on a 4-pitch walk. After strikeout of Ghost, Owens put it in play. That was the only run that scored, and Kawasaki running in a 3-2 pitch scored from first with help of a Super Bowl bounce. Fly ball that dropped in between Cano and Jackson and Morrison. One and two.
And it looks like Tom feels pretty good. A couple of fastballs to Kawasaki, 97 miles an hour.
Didn't mess around, went right after him, 2 outs.
Just a good fastball, elevated right on the outside corner. Good look at our McDonald's Supermo. And the framing of Mike Zunino holding it there, so the home plate umpire Doug Eddings can make the call.
One of the great power hitters in the game, Edwin Encarnacion. Outside corner for strike.
That was the cut fastball at 90 miles an hour.
7th in home runs, Encarnacion. That's missing a month. Again, no Bautista getting a chance to rest his legs today. 0-2. About that breaking ball Taijuan Walker threw in the 4th inning. 3-2 pitch to Bautista leading off. And just way out in front.
Yeah,
oh, my goodness.
He had no chance on that pitch. I thought for Taijuan, what we saw last night, that's the best that we've seen of him.
Bautista sitting on 97, 98. Didn't
course.
get it.
And when you have the big man out there and the ball comes out of his hand and it looks like it's at your head, you're going to flinch a little bit, especially since he hadn't seen that. Well, that's a good curveball. I thought his changeup was his best secondary pitch last night. They had 7 left-handers in the lineup, and his changeup was really effective for him.
Lloyd said they want to stretch him out, either Arizona Fall League or winter ball somewhere. And one of the things they want him to do is to throw that changeup to right-handers in addition to the left-handers. Round out his total picture.
Good idea.
Just outside.
Missed by much. See on the EQC tracer just off the plate.
Three, 2. Lost it. 2 out, middle board, and bring up Adam Lind. Lind 0 for 3 last night. A lot of offers in that game last night. Burley was outstanding, going 8+. Pick up the win, his 13th.
Just to finish up on Taijuan, I thought one of the other things that was interesting to watch is as the game was moving along, and we all know that Burley works quickly. I thought Taijuan was working just as fast, showing a lot of confidence. It was fun to watch him.
Popped it up. Taylor makes the play. That'll do it for the Blue Jays in the first. When we come back, Morales, Seager, and Morrison for the Mariners. going into its 101st year. Completed in 1914, 98 rooms, 7 stories tall here in Toronto, downtown Toronto. Beautiful site here in downtown Toronto. Tudor architecture, I'm guessing. There's Morales to lead it off. And just fouls one off. Oh for 3 night for him last evening. Tough road trip, 6 for his last 34. Foul back.
Blue Jays more optimistic than I expected them to be about the future of this club. They have a lot of young talent as far as pitching goes. Daniel Norris being one of them. Saw Sanchez last night. They like him a lot, and why wouldn't you? He was throwing 97 miles an hour.
He looked good. So popped up, going back is Lynn. Foul territory. Stays with it. Nice play. Make sure you join us at Safeco Field tomorrow, 7:10 first pitch for Fan Appreciation Night. I'm going to say thanks by giving away a vacation every inning. You can enjoy round-trip airfare on Alaska Airlines, a Holland American cruise, or a getaway package to Mariners spring training next year. Take a trip to mariners.com/fan to get your tickets, and you could be a lucky winner. You could be taking home a trip for yourself. There's Kyle Seager. Breaking 0 for 7. Mark Burley on the mound, working at a rapido pace. Failed to get in. A happy 100th birthday to Opal Lester out of Curlew, Washington. Curlew is located in northeast Washington in Ferry County, not far from the Canadian border. Happy birthday, a day late. Alar without number 2.
We're talking about Taijuan Walker going to the Instructional League or Winter Ball to throw some more. Not for Daniel Norris. They're going to shut him down. This is probably going to be his last outing of the year. And they're going to tell him to rest that left arm for the winter.
Taijuan most likely go to either Arizona or maybe down in South America, but they want to stretch him out. Quite possibly the same for James Paxton. Logan Morrison, the hitter. Norris made his big league debut earlier this month, September 5 at Boston. Struck out David Ortiz, the only batter he faced. It was in the 7th inning and helped preserve a 4-3 lead.
Everybody was impressed with that. Threw him a 3-2 curveball to strike him out.
Norris flips to the first baseman Lind, and the Mariners are gone. 6 up, 6 down. To the bottom of the 2nd we go. Sports being brought to you by the Emerald Queen Casino, presenting Grammy-nominated Hawaiian artist Willie K this Saturday, September 28th. For tickets, go to emeraldqueen.com. By Ford, we are local. And by Alaska Airlines, the most non-stops to the most cities from Seattle. As you look northbound from the CN Tower, which is to our right here at Rogers Center. Big, booming, bustling Toronto. Here's Danny Valencia. Lead it off. I know we have great mics. Audio people do a great job. But it seems like the influence of Jim Joyce and the rest of this staff is quite noticeable as they describe every pitch, and you can hear them.
I think it's like great, and I wish more of the umpires did that.
They don't keep it a secret. I like that.
No. And it's not just calling the strikes. They'll let you know if a pitch is just off the plate. They'll let you know that it's off the plate or if it's down a little bit.
So now you know. You go back in there. There's Jim. He's one of the great gentlemen in all of sports. Highly respected in baseball circles. Crew chief.
2.
Big Tom's got a 1-2 count. 2-2. Tom threw 16 pitches in the first inning. Two and two. Congratulations to the Los Angeles Dodgers. They won the National League West back-to-back years now. Blew out the Giants last evening. How about Clayton Kershaw? Not only did he pick up another win, his 21st, he also had a stand-up triple. They were playing shallow, shaded towards left, and he pulled one into right center, rolled all the way to the wall, and they got a stand-up triple.
Pretty good athlete.
Oh.
Did you see the throw by Puig in that game?
Sick.
Yeah, he's something.
He charged in, and it was in almost in the same neighborhood where that play that Kawasaki scored on. Similar location. This will drop in for a base hit. And he threw out that runner by a couple, 3 feet. Let's find out what else is happening. Here's Jen Mueller. We can do that. We can hook that up. Not a problem. Thank you. That's a good suggestion. George Contreras is the hitter. George with his 3rd team this year. Cleveland and St. Louis, his previous stops. We saw him a few years ago in Milwaukee.
And it looks like Lucas Litke will be the next one up. He's getting loose in the pen. Tom just at 25 pitches. Again, Lloyd McClendon saying he's going to be somewhere in the neighborhood of 40-45 pitches for the game.
One-two pitch. 2-2. Tough loss by the Mariners last night. Cleveland beat Kansas City 4-3. Oakland lost. So helps make this Mariners skid here so much more disappointing, because those teams have not played particularly well either, and the door was wide open for the Mariners to get through it.
I agree with you. Missed opportunities for the guys.
Tom's third 3-ball count. Runner goes. And it's ball 4.
Second walk of the ball game for Tom.
Talking to pitching coach Rick Waits today. Both shaking our heads talking about this thing. I said, put your finger on it. He said, well, the fact that this isn't a big hitting team, and the fact that most of the innings that the starters had to pitch for the greater part of the season were stressful.
I agree.
It caught up, and it all hit at once in those 4 games. And there you have it. He said it wasn't like the Mariners are getting a lot of 8-1, 8-4, 9-5 kind of games. And it just so happened, as Bill Kruger, I thought, so eloquently said the other day, baseball is such a punishing, penal game. Boom, it all surfaced at the same time. Felix, easily one of the worst games he's had. And it was tough watching the video of him after his game the other day.
I agree.
I came over with Shannon Drayer today, saying like the color had drained out of his face.
Well, and I think more than anything, I don't think it was so much because he had a bad outing. It was the timing of it. And when you watch the interview and he's talking about it, when he starts talking about his team, that's when it really started to get to him.
Maybe no greater teammate. Slow developing double play. Pilar is sick. Even at third is Valencia.
But I was watching it and I thought that's why he took it so hard. You know,
the guys I'm the ace, let the team down.
Yeah.
One away runners at the corners. And but yet at the same time, when I was talking to Lloyd, and we were both kicking the desk about the misfortunes. A, still alive. B, talking to Lloyd, he said, listen, who saw this coming? This is a team that went 71. I said, well, believe me, it went 71-91. We remember that quite well.
I think
he said, he wanted 500, and we're, I think, 83.
Right.
83 wins. With a chance to add to that.
With a chance, 12 games better than last year, with a chance to add to that. I think the disappointing part comes as you know, you go through 150 games, you put yourself in a great position. Although that wasn't the expectation coming out of spring training. You played so well up to that point, and then to have things just fall apart, I think is where the disappointment comes, especially the timing of it.
Right, and as you and I talked about, the killer was Saturday, knowing that Oakland and KC had lost before the Mariners teed it up, and you're going in going, hey, there you go, you get a shot, boom, it goes the other way.
Right.
They had a chance to go to the #1 wild card spot.
Right, and then I think the other thing too, I know for myself thinking about it is, the Mariners pitching has been the best all year. Felix has had the best year I think that we've ever seen from him. He's been outstanding this year, but to see the pitching side of it, your strength that has been there all year, and I understand what Rick is saying, but for that to go to the where they're having problems and they can't get outs, and the numbers that were being put up against them was just shocking. But I can understand what Rick Waits is talking about for sure.
Anthony Gose, the hitter, a 1-2 count. Runner goes. Swung on, and did it hit him? No, it didn't.
Went off the glove of Miller.
Went off of Miller. Miller's limping. That's not a good sign. Toronto has a 1-0 lead. The runner flashing in front of Brad, and then took his eye off it.
You take a look at it. Sinking line drive. Kind of an in-between hop. It looked like it went off the end of his glove. Off the heel of his glove.
McClendon coming out. Runners at the corners here for Toronto. That'll do it for Tom Wilhelmsen. 1-0 Toronto here in the second. Mariners trail 1-0. Mariners coming home for the final 3 games of the season against the Angels. Here's your pitching matchups. Iwakuma against Weaver, Paxton and Rasmus, and Felix and C.J. Wilson.
Some really good pitching matchups. Be interesting to see how Mike Scioscia manages the pitching, how long he'll leave the starters out there. For Lucas Litke, his 12th appearance on the year, a 5.40 ERA, only 8 1/3 for him so far, but he has 7 strikeouts. Opponent's hitting 194.
Good point about Scioscia. He's trying to get the best record in the American League. He's got 98 wins. Baltimore with 95. Goins tried to bunt his way on.
You see first and third situation. Blue Jays, with the young players in the lineup today, they have a lot of speed. Goins, one of them, goes over at first base. Pompey, the leadoff hitter.
That's exceptional speed. That's in that Kane Dyson territory of Kansas City.
A lot of speed.
Try it again. Angels have a 2-game lead over Baltimore in the loss column, so Mike Scioscia and company are going to want those games. They try to get best record in the American League, home field advantage all the way through. Look out. Baltimore does hold the tiebreaker against the Angels. They won the series 4-2, season series. Baltimore hoping to get in its game tonight against the Yankees. A nor'easter coming to New York. Miller to Taylor, and that's all they'll get. Another run scores.
Well, we were just talking about the speed in this ball. Routine 2 hopper. This wasn't hit firmly enough. And Taylor, I think, doing the right thing, decided not to try to turn the double play, get the out.
Fielder's choice RBI for Goins. Top of the order, Pompey. First big league homer, 5th inning Tuesday for Pompey. Blue Jays 14-4 in the first game, 10-2 in the second, 1-0 last night. It's like a right-handed version of Carl Crawford, the way he holds that bat over his shoulder and then pointing downward. And then he gets into his regular load. Doesn't it look like Carl a little bit?
It does. I think he did that from the left side too.
Yeah.
I think he does the same thing.
Crawford had a big hit in that Dodger game last night. Down low. 1-1. Talking about Baltimore, they hope to play the Yankees tonight. It'll be Jeter's last game at Yankee Stadium. There's a big nor'easter about to blow into New York. There could be a long night there. Baltimore needs these games, as we were talking about earlier. Yankees eliminated yesterday. Breaking ball misses. 30-pitch inning between the two pitchers here in the second.
Not much of a lead for Goins over at first base.
All.
Yeah. Again, so many times that when the pitchers are throwing over there, I would say the majority of the time that is coming from the dugout. You want to keep him close. Lucas obviously looking right at him.
Full count for Pompey with Kawasaki on deck. Up high. That is the second walk of the inning. Runners at first and second. Non-stop action. Heart-pounding excitement. Historic performances. Don't miss the 2014 postseason beginning September 30th. Rick Waits, pitching coach, going to pay a visit to Litke. 2 outs and runners at first and second.
Kawasaki is due up. Kawasaki hitting second in the lineup. Listening to John Gibbons, he was talking and he mentioned the fact that Kawasaki was hitting fifth the other night, and it was for exactly the reason that you and I were talking about, Dave. He says he gives you a tough at bat, and with Felix out there, he just wanted him to just take as many pitches and foul pitches off, and that's the main reason why he had him in there.
Word comes to mind, it would be pesky.
Yes. It's like Dominic Leone starting to get loose.
All hands on deck today.
Yep. There's a lot of bodies out there. Probably use most of them.
They got the safe bet. 1-1. Broken bat. Miller throws out Kawasaki. 2 runs, 2 hits, couple left. Toronto with a 2-0 lead. to you by Seattle City Light. Visit seattle.gov/WePower for more information. By BNSF Railway, sponsor of the BNSF Blast. And by CenturyLink, your link to what's next. The metropolis that is Toronto, Ontario, Canada. This weekend from the Rogers Center, roof open, and why not? Look at that beautiful sunshine. Dave Sims, Mike Flowers, Root Sports Crew. Mariners down 2-0, bottom third of the order here. Michael Saunders, Mike Zunino, and Brad Miller. Young Daniel Norris has retired the first 6 men that he's faced.
And things should be a lot better for the hitters now. The shadows are gone. You guys shouldn't have to deal with that.
I feel like you get more than a fighting chance.
Yeah, exactly.
The lights are on too, which aids and abets the cause. Lazy fly ball right center field. Anthony goes for the catch. 1 out. Last 7 games have not been good against lefty starters.
Started off the year doing great against the left-handed starters. See, look at their record: 12 games over 500. Runners in scoring position, hitting 300, averaging almost 4 runs a game. But you're right, last 7 games it has not gone well.
Fell off the cliff. Strike 1 to Zunino.
Well, we had heard 3, maybe 4 innings for Daniel Norris this afternoon. He's working here in the third. Nobody throwing in the Blue Jays bullpen. He is now at 30 pitches. 30 pitches, 16 strikes for Norris.
Five of 8 on first pitch strikes. Brad Miller on deck. Full count to Mike. Pitch from Norris. Get down to the third baseman. It's Valencia. And he throws out a hustling Mike Zunino. Daniel Norris out of Johnson City, Tennessee, still lives there. Second round pick, 2011. June draft. Started this year with a minor league record of 4-11. 12 and 13 seasons. Strike 1 to Brad Miller. Dominic Leone. Mike Rojas in the middle. Scott Budner in the back. 0-2 here to Brad Miller. One and two. The boys in the pen out for the Blue Jays. They're going to be at the ready as well. Bob Stanley, the bullpen coach, former Red Sox. Two. The counts run full. Strikeout for Norris. No runs, no hits, no walks.
For Norris, he's shown a good fastball today. He's topped out at 94. Having a tough time getting his curveball over.
3-2. Mariners have their first base runner. Norris retired the first 8 men that he faced.
Looked like a changeup. Again, scouting report on him is that he will throw his off-speed pitches when he is behind in the count, but having a tough time commanding them here this afternoon.
John Gibbons, second tour of duty, year 2. Took over when John Farrell left here, went to the Red Sox. Breaking ball to Austin Jackson for a strike. Straighten them up, 1-1. Pitch. 1-2. Jackson 0 for his last day. He'd love a base hit here. 1-2.
So far, just staying with all off-speed pitches to him. A curveball, changeup, little slider.
One-two pitch. And the dirt count evens at 2-2. Chris Taylor on deck for the Mariners. Runner goes. Set to center field, right in his tracks as Anthony goes. Mariners are done in the third. They leave a man. 2-0 Toronto. To the bullpen, and it brings us Dominic Leone.
For Dominic, this will be his 56th appearance on the year, a 2.24 ERA, 89 strikeouts, 25 walks. Opponents hitting just 219 off of Dominic. Has a good fastball. He'll be 95 miles an hour with a slider.
Let's go back to Tuesday's appearance. Something has changed, eh? The boys in the bullpen.
Yeah.
At 5-game losing streak, losing 6 of the last 7. Change it up. Joe Beimel saw him after the game last night. Hey, how are you, my name? Oh, it's Joe. Hey, what's up, man?
I saw him this morning. He and Charlie both have cleaned it up.
Here's free swinging Edwin Encarnacion. Here's a good look from Tuesday's action. Encarnacion walked his first time. Encarnacion
did not like it.
No, he didn't. He was hurt when the Blue Jays came to Toronto. He is some kind of hitter. Easily in the top 5 duos in the American League, right? Power guys.
Oh, I think so.
Slash and burn guys. I mean, he and Bautista are ridiculous together.
We were talking about it the other day. Like you can
Trout, pull holes. These two guys.
Adam Jones and Cruz, Nelson Cruz with Baltimore.
It's 3 good ones right there. 2-2. Eight and 9 hole hitters have driven in runs for the Blue Jays for the 2-0 lead. This is a fair ball. Seager steadies, throws out Encarnacion for out number 1 here in the 3rd. We'll bring up Adam Lind.
Good pitching by Leon. Made sure he kept everything down in the zone, even that last pitch. Probably middle away on the plate, but it was at the bottom of the strike zone with some sink to it. Able to get the ground ball.
Strike 1, Adam. Popped out to the shortstop. Chris Taylor, his first time up. Taylor gets a nice hop. Lind is retired, 2 away. Make sure you stick around after the game for Mariners post game presented by Delta Airlines. Two outs and they'll bring up third baseman Danny Valencia.
Valencia with a solid base hit, his first time up, line drive into center field. Now led off the 2nd inning when Tom Wilhelmsen was pitching.
Leon, a 3rd Mariner pitcher. Litke preceded him. There's ground ball. Right to Miller. Nice hands there. And a 1-2-3 3rd. 2-0. Toronto with Taylor, Cano, and Morales coming up. Now those two youngsters. Here's Chris Taylor against Daniel Norris. Norris has been impressive. One base runner for the Mariners. He's got a strikeout and a walk. That walk to Brad Miller with 2 outs in the 3rd.
He's done a good job mixing in all of his pitches this afternoon. He's had a good fastball again, but he's changing speeds.
Taylor, Cano, and Morales 2-3-4.
One of the reasons why they like him so much. What a year he had this year. 12-2 in the minor leagues with a 2.5 ERA.
Big turnaround from his first 2 years.
Started in A-ball this year, and here he is pitching in the big leagues. Todd Redmond, right-hander, getting loose in the pen for the Blue Jays.
Bunt, and looks like a beauty. It is. Base hit. First hit this afternoon by the Mariners.
Good idea. Taking advantage of Valencia, the third baseman. He was playing back. Perfect bunt. Just wants to make sure that he gets it down towards the line. The pitcher will end up fielding it, but he had to go too far for it. No play with the speed of Taylor. Pete Walker, pitching coach, making a trip out to the mound now, probably to buy some time for Redmond, who's just started to get loose in the pen. For Norris, 50 pitches, 26 strikes.
Mariners playoff hopes hanging by a thread, still alive as we speak, and a lot has to go right. Mariners can force a tiebreaker. They got to run the table here these last 4 games, get tons of help. They go 3-1. The Royals and A's have to go 0 for 4.
They just need one of them to. They just need some help from one of them, and as you mentioned earlier, Dave, both those teams struggling down the stretch too.
Limping.
Yeah.
Oakland's at Texas, Kansas City at Chicago. 1-0 to Cano. 1-1. Bobby struck out on a 3-2 pitch his first time. All on 2 strikes. Knew this was inevitable. Last night's game won $1.59, hour 59. 2.5 innings an hour this far.
Well, they figured it would be quick last night with Burley pitching and Walker matching him along the way. And today, he kind of expected this.
Oh, most certainly did.
They have a youngster out there for Toronto, and both bullpens are going to get a lot of work.
There's Mark Burley.
Well, Mariners have already had a couple of relievers, Litke and now Leone in the game.
Mark picking up his 13th win last night. 13-10. 2-2 pitch. Nice play by Norris. Thought better. Let's get the one out. Nice play.
I think it's because of the way that he fell back off of the mound after he makes the play. He started to lean. You could see him having to go back. His momentum taking him towards first. 2-0 lead. Decided to get the sure out. That'll give Morales a chance to drive in a run. Kendrick's popped out to first his first time up.
Ball 1.
Playing him to pull the ball on the infield. Kawasaki playing up the middle.
Taylor gets back. 2-0. Chris Taylor laid down a bunt. Moved up to second on the Cano ground out. 2-0 pitch here to Morales. Ball 3.
Kyle Seager waiting on deck.
Fifth 3-ball count by Daniel Norris. And Morales is aboard. Ball 4. Second walk. Tying runs aboard and a go-ahead run coming to the plate. John Gibbons has seen enough from his youngster. He'll make a pitching change right here. Redmond will take over, and we'll take a timeout. Be right back to you. New Jersey Devils won it. It's reasonably heavy. It's very impressive. Got names, you know, if you win the Stanley Cup, you're on a winning team, you get your name on there. It's one of the great trophies in the world of sports. It's very impressive. Let's take a look at our Mariners calendar, brought to you by Sleep Country USA. Final weekend of the season. Get back home, take on the Angels, and the Angels need these games. They want to get home field advantage in the American League playoffs.
Yeah, Mariners running out of games. Stanley Cup. Did you work the game? Why were you there?
No. I was anchoring at WCBS and TV at TV in New York, and after, I think it was the day after they won it, they brought it over. It was very cool. Kenny Danico and a few of the players. We interviewed them on our Sunday night show. I was like, holding above your head and everything. It's like, wow, this is cool.
I know that you had to be excited about
dude,
it.
That was
a hockey fan.
That was great. Yeah. It was great. Kyle Seager with a chance to do some damage here.
Todd Redmond, 41 appearances on the year, ERA just over 3. Opponent's hitting .258. He's given up 4 home runs this year. Not an overpowering pitcher. Good fastball. He'll be in the low 90s.
Throw it and duck special. That's going to get down. Taylor to third. Charging his Ghost. The throw goes to third. Taylor scores standing up. RBI for Kyle Seager to 2-1 Toronto lead. Mariners are on the board. Kyle is 95th. Run batted in. They go with 25 home runs.
Take a look at the swing by Kyle. Gets it towards the end of the bat. A little soft line drive into center field. Mariners 1 for 1 with runners in scoring position. Kyle getting a little bit closer to the 100 RBI mark.
Good numbers at the moment, 25-95. Hit well, deep right center field. Lomo has given the Mariners the lead with a 3-run jack. Logan Morrison with his 10th home run. Runs his RBI total to 36, and he got all of that, baby. Mariners with a 4-2 lead.
He didn't wait around either. That was the first pitch. First pitch fastball. It is in the middle of the plate and elevated about belt high. Take a look at Logan. He knows right away that he touched it off. Look at our McDonald Supermo. He knows that's a home run. His 10th home run on the year.
Second big 3-run homer on this road trip. He had one in Anaheim. Michael Saunders, the hitter. 0-2. Todd Redmond comes in, gives up an RBI single and a 3-run homer to Morrison. Mariners have the lead at 4-2. Saunders hits it hard. One hopper though to Kawasaki. Throws him out for out number 2. Curtis reminds me of Jorge Campillo in spring training a few years ago.
Yeah. Couple of pitches.
2 pitches, and what did he give up, like 5 runs?
A triple and a homer, I think. He gave up 5 runs.
Oh my goodness! It took about 45 seconds. Oh
yeah,
man,
I remember
that's
that.
about, what was it, about 08-09, I think, in spring training. 2 outs, and Mike Zunino, they had 0-1.
Seems like it's been a while, but it's good to see the Mariners with a lead.
How about that?
Yeah.
Man, oh man, let me go back and look. It's
Joe
been a while.
Bimo waiting out in the bullpen.
It is Joe B out there. He shaved that beard as Zunino takes a called 3rd strike, but an RBI single by Seager and a big 3-run homer by Logan Morrison. Mariners have the lead at 4-2. It's a 3-run homer. Make sure you join the Mariners 2015 lineup as a season ticket holder. You'll get the lowest prices and outstanding benefits when you join the team. Plus, you'll gain access to exclusive season ticket holder events and early gate openings throughout the 2015 season. to submit your deposit and secure your seat. Log on to Mariners.com/15.
Joe Beimel going to take over for the Mariners. Joe's had a good year for the Mariners, a 1.85 ERA. Opponents hitting just .239 against him.
You're talking about Mariners having the lead. They had a 2-1 lead on Tuesday after 3. Then gave up the big 7th spot in the 5th. They had a 1-0 lead first inning on Monday. They've been few and far between on this trip. Beimel, 4th Mariner pitcher today. Bullpen going to get its work in today. Talking to Joe about his early career. I said, you were a starter obviously earlier in your career. He says, yeah, it was great. I was great through the first time through the order. And then the second time I was so geek getting through it. The first time I had nothing left second time through.
That's happened to a lot of guys. I can tell you that.
Tried it again a couple spring trainings, and it goes way back with Lloyd as he strikes out Contreras. Yeah, he thinks the world of Lloyd and glad to be with him again. And hey, Skip, I think I need to stay in the pen.
Well, it's worked out for him and the Mariners this year, that's for sure. It's strange to see him without that big beard on there, though.
He walked. I saw him after the game last night. I went, hey, oh, it's Joe. What's up, man?
Yeah, I saw him this morning.
Looks good. Different look. Like he was in good shape with the hop and then couldn't control it. He's 6.
Yeah, that'll be an error. Well, building it off to the side a little bit. Thought he was in good shape. See where it hits him in his glove, right off the thumb of his glove. Seen him in a couple of these games here in Toronto. I don't think he likes the turf as much.
He's in a long line.
Yeah.
It's his 7th error. This is the older stuff too. Just a little bit worn. Toronto Argonauts of the Canadian Football League play here. And as we sit behind home plate, feels like I'm in the end zone looking down, looking upfield. There you go. It's going right to left. There's your gridiron. That would be a good 50-yard line seat where that camera location is. And I'm reminded that there are 2 50-yard lines in the CFL. I forgot. There's a whole bunch of different rules. I used to know them. I have no clue now. 0-2 here. Anthony goes. A good pitch by Joe Beimel to get a second strikeout. And I love watching runners at first. Their first step is almost always back.
Back first. You're absolutely right. Good breaking ball off the plate away. Joe able to get ahead of him. And one of the things, he rarely makes a mistake when he's ahead. He will get the ball down and away to the left-handed hitters.
But
yeah, no, you're right. He has a great move.
Man, he's got everybody spooked, right?
Was it his first appearance that he came in and picked somebody off before he ever threw a pitch?
The Angels, and a dude had a 1.5-step lead. It was in Anaheim.
Yeah.
There you go. Safe. Missed the tag. Let's beat it. Tough break.
He's going on first, but watch right when he starts to pick up his leg. He takes off. Pilar showing good speed.
Another one. No, their bottom 3 are very fast. Put them in a relay race.
Well, when I watched the replay of it, I wanted to see if Kendricks would come off the bag to go towards Beimel to cut the throw down, and he did that. But a little bit of trouble getting it out of his glove, but still good speed from Pilar.
Goins the hitter. Just joining us. Big 4th inning for the Mariners. Seager an RBI single and a 3-run homer for Logan Morrison, his 10th home run. 2 outs, a man at second. Two and one.
Blue Jays 1 for 4 with runners in scoring position this afternoon.
Got that corner. 2-2. Two pitch. After the game, Mariners again on the plane, fly cross country back home to Seattle. Got a late arrival, and then be ready for 7:10 first pitch tomorrow night back at Safeco Field against the Angels. There's a 2-2 pitch. Counts run full.
And for the Mariners, it looks like Medina will be the next one up. Medina getting loose out in the pen. Leadoff hitter Pompey waiting on deck.
Two outs and a 3-2 pitch. Runner goes. Swung on, hit well, left center field, long run. Jackson, he outruns it. Well done. No runs, no hits, an error, and a man left. Mariners have a 4-2 lead. Vicinity of the Rogers Center. Rogers Center here in Toronto. As you look, railroad exhibition here. You got the aquarium next door. Brad Miller fouls off the first pitch. He walked back in the third inning. Hit pretty well into the gap. Brad can run all the way to the wall. Brad going to shut it down with a leadoff double. His 13th double of the season.
Good to see the Mariners being aggressive on the fastball. Redmond came into the game, and when he's thrown the fastball, they've been swinging the bats. Kyle Seager with a base hit, Morrison a home run, and now this double by Miller to get things started here in the 5th inning.
Brad Miller, leadoff double. Top of the order, and Austin Jackson 0 for 2, fly to right, fly to center. A double by Brad, the Mariners' 4th hit. 4 runs on 4 hits, an error, 1 left. 2 runs, 2 hits, no errors, and 4 left by Toronto. 1-1.
Interesting looking at the defense for the Blue Jays. Kawasaki, the second baseman, is the one that's trying to keep Miller close to the base, and you would think Austin Jackson hitting with nobody out, trying to hit the ball to the right side. Huge hole on the right side of the infield. You can see how close Kawasaki is to second.
Pretty much a gimme. Brad at second. 3 hits given up by Todd Redmond, and they've all been hit hard. 2-1 pitch. Pulled it foul right to Rich Donnelly, the third base coach. Austin with a 2-2 count. Two.
Inside out swing.
Yep.
It looked as if he was trying to hit the pitch that way to the right side.
Strike 3 call, drop down on him. No crossfire action. Second strikeout for the pitcher, Todd Redmond. Here's Jed Mueller. It was just a 2-shot. I took 2 shots just to make sure. Do what we can. Thanks, Jed. Here's Chris Taylor. 1-0 count to him. Miller in scoring position, 1 out. 4-2 lead. Good 4th inning for the Mariners. Seager an RBI single. Next man up, it was Logan Morrison, hit a 3-run homer. Almost first home run since that big one he hit in Anaheim a week ago today.
Center fielder goes shading towards right center, expecting Taylor to hit the ball the other way in the air.
Oh, 2 strikes. Todd Redmond, second pitcher, used today by Toronto. Miller takes off for third, and that pitch fouled back.
He had a good jump too. I think he would have been able to steal it. Take a look at Brad. Good lead. Takes off right away.
One pitch he threw to Jackson. 2-2. 2-2 to Taylor. 1 out. He did go. Good hear Doug Eddings. Yeah, he did. Back-to-back strikeouts, 3 for the ball game for Redmond. Cano with 2 outs.
Yeah, they'll probably put him on. And they will.
Leave it up to Kendrys Morales. Cano intentionally walked for the 20th time. Cano will find himself on base again.
And we're going to get a pitching change, it looks like.
John Gibbons taking a long, slow walk out. And Layden McClendon going to get a lot of face time today. The battle of the bullpens. 4-2 Mariners. .300 feet above the main observation level. That's at the bottom of your screen. To the right is Rogers Center with the roof closes from yesterday, and then on to the left, the Railroad Roundhouse where the trains do their turnaround. And currently home of the Steam Whistle Brewery. That's usually 1 or 2 on the must-stop, must-see places here in Toronto when this traveling party comes to town. 2 men aboard here. Kendrys Morales, the hitter. Aaron Luke, the new pitcher.
Guy hit him.
It did. Doug Eddings heard it and saw it. Bases loaded.
Hit him with a breaking ball in the first pitch. Sidearm slider, right off the right knee. So an opportunity for Kyle Seager. Driving another run. Kyle with an RBI his last time up, had a base hit to center field.
Looper, who pitched for the Mariners, but that was back in '03. This is Aaron Loup, L-O-U-P.
ERA just over 3 on the year. Opponents hitting just .206.
One to Kyle. Aaron Loup out of Raceland, Louisiana, lives in Hanville, Louisiana now. Popped up. Third baseman Valencia. Oh, he could make the play. Let's catch a break.
Well, you're right about that. I'm not sure he knew where the wall was at because there was room for him to make the catch. There's a better look at it as he goes over. He looked at the wall a couple of times. Just missed it. Almost hit him in the wrist.
Wow. Mariners will take it. 1-2, 2 out, bases loaded.
With 2 strikes, he'll put the shift on.
Did not go as they checked down to Marvin Hudson at third. 2-2. Backhanded by Kawasaki. Throws him out. Mariners leave him loaded. They get no runs on 1 hit. No errors. 4-2. Seattle. Homer in the 4th inning. Put the Mariners ahead. His 10th home run. Took his RBI total to 36. Played right field yesterday's and left field today. Joe Beimel continues. He's got the top of the order. Dalton Pompey, Munenori Kawasaki, and Edwin Encarnacion.
And Medina getting loose again. Probably to pitch to Encarnacion. You have the switch hitter Pompey, the lefty Kawasaki, and then the right-handed hitter.
Beimel got 2 strikeouts in the 4th inning. Tom Wilhelmsen started, Lucas Licky, Dominic Leone, and now Joe B. Team 1. line out to left field and a walk. Pompey. Three and one. Kawasaki's on deck. Joe Beimel with a rare walk.
And Pompey has a lot of speed. So Joe has a good move to first. We'll probably see it a couple of times with Pompey over there.
Kawasaki with 8 sacrifice bunts, team leader. Jays down 2. Whoa, that was close.
I thought he had him, didn't you?
Originally, yeah. That move is so deceptive. He was going back.
Yeah. We have a better angle where we're sitting too, because we can see Beimel leaning towards first. The base runner has a hard time seeing it, but a close play. I thought the hesitation by Pompey was going to be enough for him to
right.
get him.
He thought he was good in that first move back. That throw had been a little bit more accurate. Probably would have had him. Seager coming in at third.
I think on that first throw you can see the advantage of being a left-handed fielding first baseman, because they'll let the ball travel a bit farther than just drop the glove on him. Right-hander is going to have to try to make the tag after he catches it.
Kawasaki very popular up here in Toronto. Fan favorite. They didn't like that. Seager creeping in at third. 1-0 pitch. Inside again. 2-0. Pitch. To get off of Morales' glove. Pompey to second.
That'll be an E3. Take a look at it. I didn't see anything. The throw was good right to him. And it is. He just missed it.
Lake City. Tough. E3 has runner at second. Good speed. Takes off for third. What a break. Throw to third. A heck of a play by Seager to keep it on the infield. Man, did he get a running jump. Stolen base for Pompey.
Take a look at the jump that he gets. You're right. There's the hop. Heads back. Great speed.
Oh, just ridiculous. First big league stolen base.
And with the 2-run lead, the Mariners keep their infield back. 3-0 count to Kawasaki. Oh boy.
Oh boy is right. Man, oh man, he walked in 4 pitches last night when Taiwan was pitching. A 4-pitch walk. That was in the 8th inning. That's tough.
And Lloyd out of the dugout. He's going to get Medina.
And a right-handed slugger, Edwin Encarnacion, is the next hitter. going to get a power pitcher, right-hander Yoenis Medina, when we come back. Right you are, Jen. Thank you. They're down 3 games with 4 to play. Threat of hope. Get into the playoffs. Yoenis Medina takes over. And a big spot here against Encarnacion.
Well, with nobody out, Lloyd McClendon would like to see a double play ball right here.
Power on power here. Encarnacion today is walking grounded out to third.
Dustin McGowan getting loose in the Blue Jays pen.
Pompey started this inning, walked, took second when Morales had a throw from Beimel, a pickoff attempt go off his glove, stole third. Kawasaki walked on 4 pitches. They've got a big time slugger up. That's going to stay in the ballpark. Catch and break. Here's Jackson, full head of steam. And the runner scores easily. For some reason, what happened? How did he throw that ball? I mean, I know the kid's Pompey's got extraordinary speed. But he would at least throw it to second.
I think probably before the play was done, he thought that if the ball was in the air, I have to keep Kawasaki at first base. And Kawasaki on this play, as Pompey tagged up, he'll tag up 2 at first, and he goes about halfway. And I think that's the reason why Austin Jackson, because of the speed of Pompey and the situation of the game, wanted to keep Kawasaki at first, not let the tying run get into scoring position.
Encarnacion, RBI number 98. His first sac fly of the season. There's Lind. 1-run ball game. Strike 1. 1-1.
Danny Farquhar just starting to get loose in the Mariner pen.
Two and one. Adam Lind, pop out to short or ground out to short. Base hit. Kawasaki's got good wheels, so he'll get to third easily. And they're going to wave him. Here's a throw by Miller. Got a chance. It's off the plate. Overthrows everybody. No backup. Luis Rivera was down the line, had a great look at it. He's the third base coach for Toronto, and Kawasaki's second game in a row scores from first.
On a base hit. Saunders does a good job cutting this ball off. Again, it's going to be fast in the gaps here because of the turf. He gets it in quickly, and a good throw to Miller. He airmails it to the plate.
RBI and an E4. Take Lynn to second. 4-4 ball game. Strike one to Denny Valencia. Second Mariner error in as many innings. Both walks this inning have scored. 3 previous walks did not score. Ground ball to Taylor. Throws out Valencia over to third. Adam Lind. 2 away.
That's the problem with the throwing error from Brad. Airmailing home. Didn't really give Mike a chance to try to make a play at the plate. Would have been close, I think, either way. But more importantly, you let the runner move up to second base. That takes the double play out of order, which would be, they'd be out of the inning right now.
George Contreras a walk and a strikeout so far. Medina, the 5th pitcher used today by the Mariners. Toronto struck first. RBIs by Goins in the second inning. Seager, RBI single, 3-run homer by Morrison in the 4th for the Mariner lead, and now it's a tied ball game. RBIs by Encarnacion and Lind.
2 good pitches by Medina. That last pitch, a slider on the outside corner. That's a pitch that he's been getting in trouble with here in this month. He's really good with it. The month of September has been a little bit tough on him, and it's been with this slider. Good play by Zunino to block that and keep it in front of him.
Adam Lind, the runner at third. Terrace, a 1-2 count. Two balls, 2 strikes. Two outs and a 2-2 pitch. Zunino saves some damage there. Pilar is on deck, the right fielder. 3-2. Strike three call. No beef by Gutierrez. Good breaking ball there by Medina. 2 runs, a hit, an error, and a man left. Tie ball game at 4-4. DJ Lennox. Took 300 workers 3 years to build this 64,000 square foot house. It was occupied by Sir Henry Pellet here in Toronto. 64,000 square feet. Got a few shindigs in there, Mike. Holy
Turned out great. 300 guys for over 3 years. That's impressive.
Take a look at our City Light power play, and it was a good one.
Logan Morrison, his 10th home run on the year, came at a good time for the Mariners. He picks up 3 RBIs, a 3-run homer for Logan to give the Mariners the lead.
That was in the 4th inning, a 3-run homer a week after his big 3-run homer in Anaheim. Here he is facing Aaron Loup. Loup came on in the 5th inning. He's the 3rd Toronto pitcher. Logan Morrison, Michael Saunders, and Mike Zunino. You're in the 6th. One to Morrison. Hit on the button, backing up the right fielder. Pilar, it's gone. Chance that thing might come back down, and Lomo drills it out of here. 2-run home. I want a homer to give the Mariners the lead. His 2nd homer today. I thought that at top spin it was going to come down.
I'm not sure who it was in the Mariners bullpen that was sitting up on the bench out there, but almost picked him off with that line drive. I agree. I was hoping it would get over his head. A lot of carry. His 11th home run on the year.
Boy.
Our McDonald Supermo in the swing. He gets a fastball right in the middle of the plate. This is just a screaming line drive.
The way Pilar was going back, I thought he had a beat on it. Looked like it was going to come down, and it just never did. And you're right.
Mariners bullpen out there, they have that elevated bench where the guys can see the ball game. And
Scott Butner, the
Scott
bullpen.
Butner, yeah.
Batting practice pitcher. He was one. He evacuated ASAP. Way to go, Scott H.
And he listened to your advice, Dave. He didn't try to make the catch.
That's exactly
Just
right.
Get out of the way.
Incoming. Second career multi-home run game for Logan Morrison.
Another look at the swing by Logan Morrison, this line drive.
Impressive.
And we're going to get a pitching change.
You don't mind surprises like that.
No.
5-4 Mariners here in the 6th. Logan Morrison has hit 2 home runs. Get downtown from the airport for only $2.75 on Sound Transit's Link Light Rail. See how easy it is at soundtransit.org. Big day for Lomo. 3-run homer in the 4th. Leadoff homer in the 6th. Mariners have the lead. Here's Dustin McGowan, one-time starter for the Blue Jays.
52 appearances on the year. ERA over 4. Opponent's hitting .250. He's given up 12 home runs this year. Good sinker, slider.
Back in 2007, he started 27 games. Went 12-10 with a 4.08 ERA. Mike Zunino's his first hitter. Mike a ground out and strike out looking. McGowan, born in Savannah, Georgia, lives in Tallahassee, Florida, 6'3", 240. "32 years old. He's 3-0 to Zunino. Mike leans into one, deep left field, and that baby's gone. Mike Zunino with his 22nd home run. He leaves the ballpark. And the Mariners have a 6-4 lead. It's their 3rd home run of the ball game. And there you go, a 3-0.
Yeah, Lloyd McClendon letting him swing 3-0. We've seen a lot of that this summer. Kyle Seager with a couple of home runs hitting 3-0, and now Mike Zunino gets a chance to swing the bat 3-0, gets a fastball right down the middle of the plate and lines it out into the bullpen.
And it rattles that retaining wall out there. Miller goes the other way down the line. That's extra bases. Brad with the double back in the 5th, and he's got another one. He'll hold at second. Big inning here so far for the Mariners. A homer by Morrison, a homer by Zunino, and a double by Miller.
Another look at the swing by Mike Zunino. It's a line drive. It's the back wall. So Brad having a good day. 2 for 2. He walked back in the 3rd inning, and now 2 doubles for him. Double in the 5th, now a double here in the 6th. Mariners 2 for 5 with runners in scoring position.
Here's Jackson as we get back to the top of the order. Pitch to the strike. Austin 0 for 3. Fly to right, fly to center, and a strikeout looking. Stop by Contreras. One pitch coming to Austin. Taps it down to third. Valencia charges and throws him out. Miller moves up to third. This weekend at Safeco Field, Stars are going to collide as Felix robbing the Mariners. So is Mike Trout, Albert Pujols, and the Angels. All kicks off tomorrow. Fan Appreciation Night, where all fans receive a free team poster. Plus, you'll automatically be entered to win a great lineup of prizes. So catch the Mariners and Angels this weekend when you get your tickets at Mariners.com. Chris Taylor, the hitter, bunted his way on in the fourth inning. 1 for 3, scored a run.
And because of that, Valencia, the third baseman, was playing even with the bag. That will cut down his range.
Way outside, Miller will hold. Gets off the glove of Contreras. Looper's been roughed up. Redmond's been roughed up, and now it's McGowan's turn out of the bullpen for the Blue Jays. Two and one. Farquhar will be the next Mariner pitcher. 2-1. Take. 3-1.
Good count for Chris. You have Cano waiting on deck. Didn't get a fastball. Probably be away from him.
Center fielder moving towards left center. Pitch. Swing and miss. 3-2.
Fastball middle away.
Three-two pitch, 2 outs, runner at third. Strike 3 call. 2 runs on 3 hits, no errors, a man left. Mariners back on top 6-4. Yeah. All right. Thanks, Jen. Anybody can get tongue-tied. 6-4 here. Kevin Pillar leads off against Eddie Farquhar. Good year for Danny.
Well, dialed up the outside corner, didn't he?
Sure did. Good paint job.
Yeah, 95 miles an hour. Good fastball from Danny.
Start he was looking for.
Take a look at the first pitch from Danny. A little cutter on the outer half of the plate. So Danny just stayed out there. That last pitch at 95, right on the corner.
Way inside to Ghost. Ghost with an RBI single and a strikeout today. Here's Brad Miller taking care of this one. 2 away. Everybody knew bullpen by committee today. Danny Farquhar, here are his pregame thoughts about the situation.
Oh man, maybe we'll have our 5th inning Red Bulls in the first. Yeah, I'll have my coffee, maybe before the game instead of during. Just do everything sooner. Maybe eat a little less so my stomach's not as full. Yeah, just the whole routine's different.
It is, no question about it. Line drive, Austin Jackson, he's there. Nice economical inning by Danny Farquhar. Goes 1-2-3 in the 6th. It's a 6-4 Mariner lead. Mariners baseball and Root Sports being brought to you by Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. By American Family Insurance, your dream is out there. Go get it. Find out more at amfam.com/dreams. And by Money Tree, proud to make a donation to Mariners Care for every Mariners win. Good to have you with us here in Toronto. Gorgeous day. Final road game of the season. And the Mariners down 3 in the standings with 4 to play, have a 6-4 lead. Dave Sims, Mike Flowers, Root Sports crew with you. We look at former #1 draft pick of the Mariners, Brandon Morrow.
A lot of injuries for Brandon Morrow. ERA 5.57. Only 32 and a third innings for him this year. 30 strikeouts, 18 walks. A lot of walks in 32 and a third. Opponent's hitting .280 against Brandon.
Robinson Cano will be his first hitter. Three home run day by the Mariners, 2 by Logan Morrison, 1 by Mike Zunino. Morrison's driven in 4 runs. be Cano, Morales, and Seager here in the 7th inning. Cano today is struck out, grounded out, and was intentionally walked in the 5th. 17,173 here at Rogers Center. Two and one.
Curious to see where Brandon Morrow's fastball is at. That last one was a good fastball at 94. At one point he was mid to upper 90s with his fastball.
Bouncing ball that Kawasaki handles. Let's take a look at our Delta Airlines. Keep climbing wild card standings. Mariners down 3-4 to play. Got a lead here and hoping for a lot of cooperation from the Athletics and Indians, who've also been limping to the finish line.
Well, you can see if the Mariners go 4-0, they need either the Royals or the Athletics, one of the two, to go 1-3. They end up going 3-1. Then they need either the Royals or the Athletics to go 0-4. That's for the tiebreakers. So they need some help. They need to play well here in the last 4 games, and then they're going to need some help.
Left field coming on, and Pompey can run, can't get it. Morales. This could be it. No throw by Pompey. I thought he was going to throw it. So a 2-base hit for the lumbering Kendrys Morales. That'll be his 20th double.
And with this double, Kendrys now 1 for 2 in the ball game. That jams him a little bit, just dumps it down the left field line. Pompey, talented outfielder for the Jays, wasn't able to get to it. Here we get a pinch runner. James Jones is going to pinch run for Morales. Actually, it's fortunate to smother that ball.
Because I would have loved to have seen Morales make an effort to get the third.
A triple?
That would have been interesting.
Well, with Kyle Seager hitting, the Blue Jays will put the shift on. James Jones again is the runner at second.
James' 26th birthday yesterday. That's well hit. Jones a walk home. Seager with his second RBI in this ball game. He's got to dig to get the second. Got him. Let's pick up the RBI.
Kyle's second RBI in the game. Take a look at the swing. Solid line drive out to right field, down in the corner. Pilar showing he has a strong arm, though an accurate arm. With the
2 outs.
Yeah, with the 2 RBIs, Kyle now with 96 RBIs on the year.
He's a man of the day. Logan Morris homered his last 2 times up. Started the day with a comebacker, then a 3-run homer on the first pitch in the 4th inning. Then on a 1-1 pitch in the 6th, left the yard again. Valencia is right there. Throws him out. RBI by Seager. As the Mariners get a run on 2 hits and extend the lead to 7-4. by Washington's lottery and the Department of Imagination. What would you do if you won? Mariners playoff hope hanging on a thread, coming in down 3-4 to play. They lead 7-4 here in Toronto. James Jones stays in the game, takes over in left field. Logan Morrison, who started in left field, will move to first with Morales out of the ballgame. Right now, Mariners winning this battle of the bullpens.
Well, Danny Farquhar efficient in the 6th inning, so he will come back out and pitch here in the 7th. Nobody throwing in the Mariner pen.
Danny needed just 7 pitches in the 1st inning. Pompey leading off the home 7th. Pompey lined out to left, walked twice. In the 5th when he walked, reached 2nd on a error by Morales, stole 3rd. Scored on a sac fly by Encarnacion. Base hit. Most popular way to follow the Mariners' push to the postseason with MLB.com at bat, the #1 app for live baseball. Enjoy live look-ins, replay reviews, scores, live radio broadcasts, the MLB TV game of the day, and more. Get it back for your smartphone or tablet from the App Store or visit Mariners.com. Kawasaki, the hitter.
For 2 with a walk. He has scored a run. Scored from first on a base hit again. Back-to-back days for Kawasaki.
Taylor. They get 1. And that's it.
Kawasaki still gets down the line in good shape. Taylor getting the speedy Pompey at 2nd.
There's the ever dangerous Edwin Encarnacion. Walk, ground out, and sacrifice fly. 7-4 Mariner lead. Mariners trying to end a 5-game losing streak. They've lost 6 of 7. 3-7 on this road trip. Danny going right after Encarnacion.
Couple of cut fastballs. First one 91 on the outside corner. That last one 92 back on the inside corner. Charlie Furbush and Carson Smith getting loose in the pen for the Mariners. Now that we're later in the ball game, Dave, one of the things to keep in mind is Jose Bautista is sitting on the bench for the Blue Jays.
Didn't start today. And Reyes resting those legs on this hard turf up here in Toronto. What was this turf like when you played here?
Similar to what it is now. More of the older stuff, though, even older than the stuff they have on here. Pretty good pitch by Danny down and away.
I remember when I was a sports writer covering a game in Exhibition Stadium before they moved here. Did you play in a game over there?
No.
Isn't that where Winfield hit the Seagull?
I believe that is correct, yeah.
Brought charges against him, as I remember, too.
I think so.
2-2.
Let's see if Danny can make a quality pitch right here. Dangerous hitter at the plate. Lynn waiting on deck.
Mariners with a 3-run lead. Runner. Oh, that's hit down to Seager. To Miller for 1. Over to Morrison for a round the horn double play. Just what they needed. A couple of good innings from Danny Farquhar. 7-4 Mariners. Take a look at our Columbia Bank difference of the ball game. His name is Logan Morrison.
Logan Morrison, the Mariners, needing some offense. And how about this 3-run homer, his 10th home run of the year? Right on the first pitch, gets a fastball and hits it out. And then against the left-hander, side armor, a solo home run, his 11th home run. And this is just a line drive into the Mariners bullpen. So great afternoon for Logan Morrison.
Really good work and much needed by the Mariners. A 7-4 lead. Play here in the 8th.
Kendall Graveman will take over.
Michael Saunders, his first hitter.
Just an inning and 2/3 of work for Graveman. Pretty good sinker. Mix in a slider with it.
We saw him on Monday night. The Blue Jays, and they've rolled that evening 14-4 in the series opener. Saunders, Zunino, and Miller here in the 8th. All right, great call. One out here in the 8th inning. Just like the Mariner Moose, your youngsters will flip for Kids Appreciation Day. It's Sunday at 1:10 against the Angels. And not only will all kids take home a poster of baseball's best mascot, will also be automatically entered to win great prizes all game long, including Mariners autographed jerseys and baseballs. Join the fun for Kids Appreciation Day, presented by Ivers and Kid Valley. Stop by Mariners.com for tickets. Mike Zunino jumped all over a 3-0 pitch in the 6th and rattled the retaining wall beyond the left field fence. It was his 22nd home run, 58th RBI. One and two. His name will be on that list multiple times at the rate he's going.
Yeah, he's going to bump Dan Wilson and Kenji down a few notches after a few years.
Mariner catcher record for home runs in a season. Good stuff. He gets running up too. 2 down. Graveman comes in, gets the first 2 strikeouts looking. We check out this date in MLB history, brought to you by Geico. Mike Scott and the Astros win the NL West. No hitter against the Giants. That's what to clinch it. We were just talking about him the other day.
Well, we were in Houston and they had his picture in the hallway when we walked in and out. They have all the former players up, and we were looking at that picture, talking about that no hitter.
Dodgers won the NL West last night behind Clayton Kershaw.
Brad Miller trying to add to his day. A couple of doubles for Brad. One into right center field and the other one down the left field line.
First time up he walked, so he's had a very good day. Waiting for it is Goins. Throws him out. We go to the bottom of the 8th. Mariners with the lead at 7-4. And Charlie Furbush will take over. Mariners have a 7-4 lead. Make sure you're here Saturday for an exciting MLS matchup. Portland Timbers travel to Ontario to face Toronto FC. Tune in for kickoff at 10 a.m. Catch all the live action only on Root Sports. And that right in the center of that screen where they're going to be playing. You can see a little red there. You can see the red grandstand. That's Exhibition Stadium. It's called BMO Field. It's also the site of the old Exhibition Stadium where the Blue Jays used to play. Good look at Lake Ontario on your left. Here's Charlie Furbush.
For Charlie, a 3.76 ERA, 48 strikeouts over the 40 and 2/3 innings that he has pitched this year, 9 walks. Opponent's hitting .255. Going to get a pinch hitter. It was Adam Lind due up. Steve Tollefson. Yeah.
First pitch from Charlie.
Well, here you go. Charlie, the 7th pitcher today. Tom Wilhelmsen getting the start. He went an inning in the 3rd, gave up a couple of runs. Then it was Lucas Luetge, Dominic Leone, just 11 pitches for his inning. Beimel, Medina, Farquhar. Danny pitched well. And now Charlie. Carson Smith is up in the pen.
Now Medina stands to be the winner. This one hit a long way on a line. And it's foul. Watch this fan here. Gave ground to that one. Wound up with it. Didn't get hurt. Charlie with a new look, having shaved his beard.
Tollefson hitting .253 on the year.
Two and one.
Charlie, the last left-hander out of the bullpen for Lloyd.
Luetge and Beimel have already been used. It's Tom, Luetge, Leone, Beimel, Medina, Farquhar, now Charlie. Medina stays as it is. He'll be the winner in this ball game. Carson Smith was heating up.
Smith getting ready. You still have Ramirez and Rodney out in the pen.
Danny Valencia is on deck. 3-2. Struck him out. One away here in the 8th.
It's like an elevated fastball just at the top of the strike zone and able to throw it by him. Charlie has a good fastball. He'll be 91 to 93 miles an hour. Mix in his slider. And McClendon going to stay with Charlie.
One breaking ball. Working today.
Yeah, that one was a little sharper. Able to get them, both of them on the inside corner. It's just swinging over the top of it.
Oh, 2 pitch. They play him straight away. Missed away. Ball and 2 strikes. Going back, Morrison. Take charge. Fair territory. 2 outs. 2 down here in the 8th. This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the Seattle Mariners and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. The accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Seattle Mariners.
John Mayberry Jr. going to pinch hit for Contreras, starting catcher today. And Lloyd McClendon out of the dugout. He has Carson Smith ready to go.
Charlie Furbush gets a couple outs here in the 8th inning. They'll give way to Carson Smith. Step aside. Mariners lead by 3 here in Toronto. Charlie Furbush threw 2/3 of an inning. Now Carson Smith.
8 strikeouts in the 7 1/3 that he has pitched. Good fastball. He'll be 94 to 96 miles an hour and a great slider.
Got John Mayberry Jr. He has been very, very impressive out of this bullpen.
One of the things that's impressed Lloyd McClendon about him isn't just his stuff. A good fastball and the slider that I just talked about. And there's a slider on the outside corner. But he's been down in the zone. I think the fact that he thinks that he's going to get a lot of ground ball outs as his career moves forward.
Tell you what, got moxie too, boy. He had that one outing, was that in Houston, came in, needed 2 strikeouts, got him, and went fiercely competitive as he was on this one. 3 pitches, have a seat, night seeing you. That was special. right, Jen, thank you very much. 7-4 lead. Why not build on it? How about Carson Smith? 3 pitches. That was.
We talked about the slider, the last 2 sliders right on the outside corner.
That's Danny Valencia having moved over from first base, one away.
And you're right, though. First pitch 95 on the outside corner, and then just 2 perfectly placed sliders. Fernando Rodney getting loose in the Mariners' pen.
0-for-5 day for Jackson. Brings up Chris Taylor. He's 1-for-4. Here's Carson Smith. Right there, he has been stellar. Josh Tully's a new catcher for Toronto. And Steve Tollison, he took over at third base. Ball finds Tollison immediately. 2 outs. There are Big Sky fans, super fans, and then there are football fanatics. Root Sports is sending one deserving fanatic and a guest to a 2015 Big Sky football game of their choice. Post a photo and story using the hashtag BigSkyFF. Show us why you're the Big Sky football fanatic. Robinson Cano, strikeout, Tapper to the pitcher, intentionally walked and a ground out to second base. Take 2 from Kendall Graveman. And Rodney preparing. Graveman's fit was retired all 5 men that he's faced. 0-2.
When Rodney enters the ball game, he will be the 9th pitcher for the Mariners this afternoon.
Oh, 2 to Cano. Keeping the at-bat alive. Carson Smith, part of the big parade out of the Mariner bullpen today. Also got some great hitting. 2 home run day for Logan Morrison. He's driven in 4. Zunino with a home run. Seager's driven in 2. Here we go with the 1-2 pitch. Inside. Two outs, 2-2 count, nobody on. Riley puts one into the gap on a 2-2 pitch. And he'll get in the second with a double. His 37th double. A runner in scoring position for James Jones.
Really good at bat by Robinson Cano. 8 pitches. Tried to throw the cutter in on his hands. Probably just in right off the inside corner. But he lines it into right center field. Shaking his hand a little bit, jammed him some.
He'll get hit.
Doesn't give away any at bats, does he?
No way. See if Jonesy can pick him up with 2 outs. First at bat, he came in a pinch run in the 7th. Oh, and 2. Inside. Bottom third of the order will be coming up for Toronto in the bottom of the 9th. P7. Coming up later on, Oakland, Texas, 5:05 Pacific, KC at the White Sox.
Mariners 3 for 8 with runners in scoring position this afternoon. Like Cano, James Jones putting up a fight. Will be the 6th pitch in this at bat. 1-2 count to Jones.
Strike 3 called. 1 runs, a hit, no errors, and a man left. Bottom of the 9th coming up. Fernando Rodney time. Turn those caps to 10 o'clock. 7-4 lead for the Mariners. Losing streak. They started today down 3 with 4 to play in a playoff chase. Here's a look at your Delta Airlines. Keep climbing wild card standings. Oakland playing later on tonight.
And the Mariners 3 back. So we're showing you the different scenarios going on the rest of the way. One of them, the Mariners winning the last 4 games if they're able to do that. And you see the Royals and the Athletics, one of the 2 teams would have to go 1-3 for them to get into the tiebreaker. The Mariners go 3-1 over these last 4. Then, of course, you have to have the Royals or the Athletics, one of those 2 teams, losing all 4 of their games to get to a tiebreaker. The Mariners need to play well and get some help. Fernando Rodney is going to take over. 2.70 ERA for Rodney. Looking for his 47th save on the year. 70 strikeouts, 28 walks. Opponents hitting .241 against him. Good fastball, anywhere from 92 to 97 miles an hour, and of course the great changeup right around 80.
Rodney hasn't worked a lot. 18th of September, a week ago tonight. 3-1 Mariner win at Anaheim. Pitched an inning, gave up a hit, a run, and struck out a batter in a 3-1 Mariner victory. Saved it for Tom Wilhelmsen. Here's Kevin Pillar to lead it off for Toronto. 3-run lead for the Mariners. Oh boy. Are you kidding? Home run, Pillar, his second. Blue Jays, number 2 in home runs in the American League. Blasted out of here in a blink.
93 miles an hour, right down the middle. Good look with our McDonald Supermo as he hits it up into the second deck. Down 3 runs so many times, hitters will just take a strike. Pillar, no, he didn't. He jumped on the first pitch fastball at 93 miles an hour.
Only Baltimore has hit more home runs than Toronto. Here's Anthony Gose. Strike 1. Pillar was the Blue Jays AAA MVP. 0-2 to Gose, who has an RBI single back in the second, strikeout, and a ground out. Got him with a changeup and a good one. One away.
Well, after the first pitch fastball for a strike, comes back with 2 changeups. Both of them on the outside corner.
Ryan Goins. Rodney from La Semana in the Dominican Republic. Saves leader in the American League with 46. This one fouled off.
We have Goins, Pompey, the leadoff hitter. You get back to the top of the lineup after that. Kawasaki, I would not be surprised to see Batista hitting in that spot. So hopefully Rodney won't let him get to it.
Here. 1-1 pitch. Big day for Logan Morrison. Couple of home runs, driven in 4 runs, and Morrison's last 6 home runs have either tied the game or given the Mariners the lead, including today. Ground ball to Miller. Nice hop. 2 outs. Top of the order, Dalton Pompey. 2 outs, nobody on, a run in on the home run by Pillar. First pitch. Strike 1. Bouncing ball goes foul, handled by Tim Leiper, the first base coach. One strike away from a victory here. Here's the 0-2 pitch. It's running away from ball one.
I wonder if he ended up getting a spike caught. We don't see him falling off the side of the mound like that.
He's okay. Not to shake it off.
Take a look at this last pitch. It's the changeup, well off the plate away. Immediately looking down at the ground.
He's ahead in the count here, 1-2. Swing and a miss. Mariners win the ball game. Glimmer of hope still alive. Shoot that arrow in the sky. 5-game losing streak goes by the wayside. Needed it. Big game for Logan Morrison. 2 home runs. Drove in 4. Keep on believing.
And just a great day by the entire bullpen. 9 pitchers today used by Lloyd McClendon to get this one done. Just about everybody in the bullpen. The only one that was left was Ramirez, so give those guys a lot of credit. It's been the best bullpen the entire year.
Boy, did they need that victory here today. Close out this long road trip, and may MLB never ever give anybody a